Gotta beat this guy. Superpower is to actually help college students. So yeah, this guy has to try and kill this guy. Because this guy killed this guy. Using this. Because it's cursed. That's pretty much the log line of the story. This guy needs to kill this guy to save Egypt because he was killed by this guy using a cursed ankh. That was a different thing though. That was Monster Prom. And that's yeah. My professors don't need to know about that one though. My professors don't need to know about that one though. Professors don't need to know about Monster Prom mods. They don't need to know about that. They don't need to know about that. Oh my god. The fact that you mentioned that though. The funniest thing. Okay, so I did not. I made a mod for it. So the game is very moddable. There's a whole... The game has an entire mode where you can make mods and make an entire scenario so you can just put in the game for free. It's very mod friendly. So I made a mod where he has his own little scenario where you help him graduate art school. Because I'm stupid like this. But no, the fact that you mention Mummy Man and dating sim. The funny thing about going to art school. The funny thing about going to art school is every week you have to pitch your work, your ideas, so to speak. Like what progress you're doing and everything. Yeah, see the mummy magic at work. And you have to do this in front of your entire class and your professor. So everyone's kind of seen the story sort of develop and change over time. So they've seen sort of my ideas that were turned down, my ideas that were chosen, and also my professor's, you know, yays and nays to, you know, and his own input to things. Basically, my entire class has seen some very hilariously, unintentionally... What's the word I want to use? Because I don't want to dig my own grave here. Kinky things? Let's just use the word kinky, I guess. Unintentionally kinky ideas that the professor was all gung-ho for and promoted. And I find that really funny. Again, they're the ones that I'm not going with presently, but they were ones that I pitched. The class was there, heard, and the professor was like, sure, yeah, go for it. So, do I have it here? It was an old one, so I don't know if it's here anymore. It's probably just a basic sketch at this point. Yes, so here's one of them, for instance. So for instance, I wanted to show like how powerful the villain is. And the villain basically created the evil amulet that made the main character come back to life and become a mummy. So he has like control over it. So I had this scene in mind where he's like trying to attack him and he like stops and like falls to his knees and like the villain basically like steps over him and steps on him. So that's what I mean by like kinky. He like steps on him and steps over him while he's like on his knees and he like can't do anything. So that was one idea that my professor was like, yeah, that's a great idea. It shows that like he physically overpowers him and like has, you know, he's completely above him. And I was like, it's okay if he steps on him? And he's like, yeah, go for it. You know, I like this idea. Just clean it up a little bit. Your boards are really rough. So that's one of them that he was okay with. I'm like, you're okay with fucking, like, basically, I don't know what that fetish is, but like, it's not quite a mind control fetish, because he's not being mind controlled, he's still, like, in control of his own mind, but, like, body control? I don't know what you fucking call that. And then stepping on him? Okay, professor, like, sure. But again, I didn't go with this one because it just wasn't working out very well with the layouts and everything. Ironically, the one that I did go with, so you will be happy, is the current scene that I am going with. Again, this is my professor, by the way. My professor, by the way, is this scene here, where the main character is killed. And originally I kind of struggled with, like, the layout for this very last board here, where, like, the magic's, like, activating and stuff. And my professor was like, oh, yeah, it would be really interesting, if, like, the evil character, like, choked him with the necklace. So, apparently my professor is way worse than anyone should ever... is way worse than any student's mind. Like, ever. He's apparently, like, just way worse than anyone could ever think of. Because I was like, what should I do? Like, I don't know, like, how he should, like, you know, put the amulet on him. Like, how should he do it? And he's like, oh, just, like, you know, wrap around his neck and, like, choke him with it. Excuse me. Wrap around his neck and, like, choke him with it. I'm like, oh, okay. Jesus, alright, sure. Alright, professor. We go with that. So, yeah. Something kinky did get into the final boards, so thank you, professor. Thank you. Thank you. Clearly he's supporting this. He is clearly supporting this. So, yeah. I thought that was really funny. Again, this is in front of all of the students. He's just like, yeah, go for that. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else too weird. I mean, I have this version of the artwork that I included in the portfolio, where he was like, yeah, I really like the idea of, okay, where's the other one? So it starts off with them like being friends. Where's the friend one? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. So it's meant to be like two versions where like, yeah, they're like friends, and then I wanted to have one where they're like enemies to like have a visual representation of the story. Once again, Professor's okay with choking. Yes, he is! That is exactly what he's going for. He's got the little brain poker thing. Originally, he had, I think, the Kopesh in his hand. Let's see. So that's his revise. Yeah, because originally I had this one, and the professor was like, oh, the weapon is in the way. So do something to fix the silhouette, so I give him the little brain poker. But yeah, once again, Professor is okay with it. Once again, nothing weird going on here. Absolutely nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.